The noises that are going is that are taking us on its own dynamic, and I just must say I'm going to just make it a couple of thank yous. I certainly say I don't want to make this into a long-winded political monologue. You had enough of that in the parking in the 6th of December. I think I bored the pants off everyone. But incidentally, just about the parking, I certainly don't want to make any political football or political advance on this. I just want to wish all the lads down the parking all the very best, and I hope everything is sorted out to their satisfaction as soon as possible. As someone has kind of been through a similar situation a couple of years ago in my own job, I remember on an industrial action for 5 weeks. It's all very nice for the first 3 days, and then after the second 3 days you're down to the bare bones. But I really want to wish them, I want to get them back home to their families. I hope they get all their entitlements and everything they're entitled to, and all their statutory rights. And I wouldn't like to see anyone making political gain out of it, and I'll leave it at that. I'm just going to confine this really to thank yous tonight, and my first big thank you actually is to Senator Mark Daly. I think in this, I don't want to call it a game, but in this occupation, you have many colleagues and you have a few friends, and I'd like to count Senator Mark Daly among the latter. He's a very good friend of mine, and actually he's a very good friend of Waterford's. As you might know, that Fianna Fáil have no national representation of Waterford. We haven't got a senator, we haven't got a TD. I'm only a candidate in Ward South. I try my best. I'm an area rep. That means probably nothing to you, but I'm an area rep for Fianna Fáil. But without Mark Daly, I would say I'd absolutely be lost. He's after making so many representations to state bodies on my behalf, and I'm sure there's people in this room that at the moment he's making representations on behalf. So I'd like to just take a big thank you to Senator Mark Daly. That's my main thank you. He's all the way from Tralee. He's going home tonight because I won't put my handy pocket to put him up. I know. Outside of the politics, we have a fantastic community here, as I'm sure you all know. St. Paul's community is one of the most fantastic communities in Waterford. I'm very proud to be part of it. But there's a couple of driving forces in this community, and one of the main driving forces, and I hope I'm not embarrassing too much, is Anne-Marie Heron. Credit where credit is due. Anne-Marie, Gerard Heron, Geraldine Halloran. This whole night came about because of them. I was looking at the poster actually tonight, and I was talking about what does it mean to be Fianna Fáil. I suppose Fianna Fáil is, to me, it's community, it's working class activity, and I just want to say Anne-Marie Heron, Geraldine Halloran, Andrew, my best mate, and I see Andrew now, you have the camera stuck up my face. I think without Andrew I'd be absolutely lost. He doesn't let me get ahead of myself, he keeps my feet on the ground a whole lot. So I just want to say a big thank you to them, first of all, for putting on a fantastic spread. And I hope you go up there and enjoy it. As my poor late mother would say, and you get, eat it. As far as the entertainment is concerned, Toby and Shamey, Patter and Jerry, anything I've asked them ever to do, actually, I don't know. I don't think the taxmen have been here tonight because they don't earn anything. Not off my back, anyway. They don't earn it. Yeah. So I just say they've done the thing for security. They've done the security for the elderly in the parking. Not a bother. And I ask them straight away, what's the date? What's the time? We're on. Now, before you start clapping now, there's another chap here, Conor Halpin. Now I tell you, he's one of Waterford's own. He's an absolute legend. Where is he? Where's Conor Halpin? Where's he gone? He's in there hiding in the corner. Now I know we done this thing for security. He done a routine. I didn't like it now because it was a bit hard on Fianna Fáil. And I did say to him during the week now. I said, listen, I'm paying you now, right? €25, right? I said, you got to go easy on me. But I said, look, we have a great community here. To me, I had a speech. Look's on the ground. Look, I had a speech here. I left it there, but to me, what Fianna Fáil is not an ideology. Once upon a time, it was a national movement. Once upon a time, we represented working class people. We can do that again. I really believe that. We've got a field of candidates here in Waterford. We've got energetic, we've got strong candidates, and I think we've all got something to bring to the table. I couldn't be any more working class myself if I tried, but the rest of them, small bits the whole lot, I won't talk about it. But I'm just saying, what I think Fianna Fáil can bring to the table, we can represent, I believe we can represent communities, we can represent what's positive in communities. I believe there's certain parties, I'm not going to name, that are trying to appeal to the lowest common denominator. I'm not going to do that. I said one thing tonight, I said to Andrew, we were sitting there tonight, I said I'm going to do up a speech, and then I kept firing it out. But I said, one thing I'm going to do, I'm not going to make any promises, except one. I will work 100% for my community, and I certainly won't lose touch from where I came from. That's all I would say. Now, I was going to finish on that, so I'm going to have a big round of applause, like we don't sit down and enjoy the night. But I want to make a special mention for someone here tonight, and he's a typical, I suppose in some ways he's a typical Irish man. He doesn't show his emotion, he keeps my feet on the ground. I want to say a big thank you to my dad, Michael Murphy. Can I just say, I had a bit of an emotional moment there tonight. I collected that picture, that cost me 20 quid by the way. I collected that picture off a local printer, and I was putting it in the van, which is that it cost me a fair bit as well, by the way. And I had a bit of a moment, and no, I'm joking a bit now, but I did have a bit of a moment, and I was actually sitting in the van, and a couple of tears come to my eye, because tonight, and I didn't plan this, it's the 27th of February, it's actually the 49th anniversary of my dad and my mum. My mum is not here tonight, but I'm sure she is here. Looking down on us. But like, you see that picture there, and Jason Murphy, Fianna Fáil, that doesn't mean anything. The face doesn't mean anything. But what does mean something, we were brought up in a household where some people were brought up at Man United, some people were brought up at Liverpool. And I know Eamon's the same, and Paddy, my uncle. There's 100 years of work that goes on behind the background. There's a famous song, you're not all Fianna Fáil, but there's a famous song, it's the Legion of the Rearguard. Well, they're the foot soldiers of the Legion of the Rearguard. Paddy Murphy and my father, Michael Murphy. Now, I won't hold you any longer. They've been in the background for years, driving candidates forward, knocking on the doors, and sometimes taking dogs abuse. I know I've taken a bit myself, taking dogs abuse. I see Brendan Keneally, and he'll testify to that, taking dogs abuse. These people are the foot soldiers of this party. Now, I don't know who's going to replace them, and the likes of Andrew Power might, but I'm going to tell you something. They were in the background for years. Paddy Murphy, Michael Murphy. Well, I'll tell you one thing. There's a Murphy in the foreground now, and I'm going to do my damnedest to make him and him proud. And whatever I do between May and 23rd, if I get 50 votes, if I get 800, if I get 300, I'll do my level best for the community I was born, bred and brought up in. Thank you very much. I'll leave it at that. Thank you very much.